Hello everybody, welcome back to another InfoSec operator tutorial. In this tutorial I'm going to be answering a question of a subscriber of mine. How do we add in a little extra security and not be discovered while we're performing these attacks? So that being said, we're going to take a look at two different things. One is the Macchanger and two is Anonsurf. So we're going to see what we can do with these, and let's take a look at how to do that. Alright guys, so the very first tool that we're going to take a look at is called Macchanger. Macchanger doesn't completely keep you safe in terms of staying hidden and safe, but when you're uploading and downloading media files, this can actually help out. So MAC address is just, it's not going to keep you 100% safe online. So it just stands for media access control. Again, it'll help secure when you're uploading and downloading files. But we'll take a quick look at that. So Macchanger, exactly how it says or sounds, and it's just Macchanger. However, when we press enter on just Macchanger, it's going to tell you to use the -- help option. So we can do that and get a feel for what this program can do for us. So here's all your options. Not that many options. Again, very easy to use, very straightforward. What we can do first, before we actually start using options, go to ifconfig and figure out what interface your network is on. Mine's on ETH0, right? So we know now that ETH0 is the interface that I am using, and I'll go ahead and highlight that for you guys real quick so you can see what I'm talking about. So this is my ETH0. No important information that we need here other than what interface is it on, and again, ETH0, right? So if we go back into our options and see our list of options here, we can see that we have a reset to original permanent hardware MAC, and I'll show you guys how to check out what that is. We can set a fully random MAC, which is what we're going to be looking at, and then of course you can do a custom one if you really want to, and set it that way. So let's take a look at what our MAC address even is. So in order to do that, we need a -s and then our interface that we know that we're using. So here we can see that this is my original current permanent MAC address. Alright, this is the one that came with the system whenever I downloaded Kali Linux and uploaded it onto my virtual machine here. I haven't changed it since I've got this, because I actually had to redo my Kali Linux because somebody hacked it. I was screwing around with something I shouldn't have been. Anyways, so we see that there's our current MAC address. We'll come back to that here in a minute. Now, if we want a different MAC address, we go Macchanger -r for random MAC address, and then select our interface yet once again. And now we can see that we just got a new MAC address. So here's that old MAC address, and now we can see that we got the new MAC address here, and it's from an unknown creator, right? So we just changed our MAC address, but if we want to just absolutely make sure, we can just go ahead and do that, have it print out, and there we go. Current MAC is the one that we just changed it to, and permanent MAC is changed, right? Now if you ever want to take that off, all you got to do is Macchanger -p ETH0, and it'll get rid of it, and now our new MAC goes back to the original permanent MAC. Alright, so that's turning it off and on basically, right? So we clear that. Now again, you could do I guess I should spell it correctly. You could do a a change on it. So -- Mac equal, I believe, is how it was formatted. We're not going to go too deep into this one. If it don't work, it don't work. And I'm just putting in random numbers here to a set of 6, and that did not work actually. Not sure why, but you can play around with it. Again, this tool isn't that important. So what we're going to do now is we're going to look at a tool that is important, and that's called Anonsurf. Anonsurf is basically like Tor on steroids. It adds in extra proxies, it keeps you extremely secure, and it allows like 100% anonymity as far as I know. So with that on, I've never really been busted or anything. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So in order to get that program, we're going to have to do a little bit of programming here. Well, not programming, but we're going to have to call it in. And by doing that, you just open a web browser, you look up GitHub Anonsurf, and we get this first option here by ParrotSec Stealth. And we just go ahead and copy this address. Excuse me, a little dusty in here. Alright, copy that address, and then we just do a git clone. I'm going to get rid of this web browser, it makes it hard to see. Alright, git clone, and paste selection, and cloning into Kali Anonsurf. So we got it. Now we need to set it up a bit here. So cd Kali Anonsurf, and we want to list. So we see that we got an installer.sh here, and we're going to need to change the permission on that. So if you guys remember from my video on how to change permissions, file permissions and whatnot, you just do chmod 777, and then we want to define installer.sh. So we got that. Now we just want to do installer.sh, right? Installer.sh. Alright, so now we're going in, and it's just going to go ahead and go through, get everything set up for us, and then we should be able to see a new file in there, right? So once we get done installing here, I'll show you guys what to do next. So just running through, unpacking everything, blah blah blah. And then of course it's going to take up some room. You just want to hit type Y and hit enter, so that way it can finish up and get everything it needs to get. So this can take a little while, so just be patient with it. And in the meantime, while it's loading up, if you guys could like and subscribe to my channel, like this video and subscribe to my channel, I greatly appreciate it. A lot of you seem to like the videos, so that's good news. And there's definitely going to be more. We're going to actually get into some C++ programming soon, and how to program our own malware. So make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss that. Alright guys, so once it goes through the list, we get back down to our Kali-Anonsurf portion here, our directory. And the next thing that we want to do is we want to go ahead and ls this and see what happened. Alright, so here we see now we got Kali Anonsurf deb source, right? So what we're going to do then is actually we're going to go ahead and copy that, right? And see if we can copy here. And what we're going to do is change into that actual directory. So cd, we're going to paste selection here. And in here we're going to list and see what we got. Okay, so now we see Debian, etc. user, right? So with that, we want to go cd user, and within user we see bin for the binary, right? So we want to cd bin. I was going to say binary, but cd bin. And then we see here that we got Anonsurf and Pandora. So what we want to do is actually just get into Anonsurf, right? And the program starts. Now, my thing with that is, for some reason, whenever I went through this, it actually did not, it didn't really help me, right? It didn't do anything with it. So we're going to cd out of here, back to the root directory here. And what we're going to do now is we want to go service start service Anonsurf start, right? So it's going to bring that up again in just a moment. And then we got that running, but that's not going to change your IP. What is going to change your IP is service, or no, I'm sorry, I think it's Anonsurf I2P start, right? So now we should be able to see that that's working, right? If it's not, it's not gonna, you know what I mean? So let's do status. I'm sorry, Anonsurf status. I keep screwing up my spelling here, guys. Anonsurf status, and we can see that we are good, right? So we should be ready here. And now what we can do is go back onto our back into our web browser here and do what is my IP. And we got to do, because my IP has changed, now it's like what is going on, right? It thinks that we aren't real, and which is a good thing. That's a good sign. It's annoying, but it's a good sign. And I think we got one more bus here, and we gotta wait to get through the reCAPTCHA. There we go. We should be good now. So let's verify, and it looks to me like we're good. So what is so obviously I am not even sure what this address is, but or what that language is up there, but I can definitely tell you guys I don't speak it, so we're already seeing signs that this is definitely a changed IP address. So we'll just take a quick look here, just make sure. Just want to make sure. So it's probably not going to get the IPv6. I don't know why, but it's not going to get that. It's not going to so it's saying that Internet It Company Incorporated. I don't know what that even is, right? So I've never even heard of that. Technically, I'm running a Comcast I'm running on Comcast, so that's not my internet service provider, I assure you guys. And so go ahead and check it out. You guys can even just map your IP, like look up like a IP map tracker, and it'll show you how to change your or where your IP address location is. So guys, that is Anonsurf for Kali Linux. And also, by the way, if you guys just do a log file there, I don't know why. If we just do a second terminal, so real quick I'll show you guys. New tab here, shell number 2. So if you do service Anonsurf stop, it'll actually shut off that service if you do not want to be changing your IP address for a certain reason, right? So just press enter, or you could do well, no, you just do Anonsurf stop and it stops the whole thing. So guys, that is how you add in security. Thank you guys for watching the video, and I will catch you guys later.